Good morning, one and all present here. My name is Vivita Pawar, and today I'll be presenting on the topic Tasks of a Professional Manager from the subject Management Function and Behavior in Hospitality. So, let's begin. These are the scopes of today's session: introduction, some core tasks of a professional manager, and skills required for a professional manager. So this topic helps us to understand how a manager operates in hospitality industry by managing people, processes, and guest satisfaction. Here is the objectives of the session. So by the end of this session, you will be able to understand the main functions and core tasks of a professional manager in hospitality. To analyze the managerial tasks with hospitality examples, and to analyze how managers influence employee behavior and guest satisfaction. Let's start with who a professional manager actually is. Can anyone wants to share their point of view? Can you repeat? Who a professional manager actually is? A professional manager is someone who takes care of their team, how they work, how they able to work efficiently and day-to-day tasks. Exactly. She said right. I also want to add some points and elaborate more. A professional manager is an individual who is responsible for achieving organizational goals effectively and efficiently through planning, organizing, controlling, uh, and managing the resources. As we know, he's an individual who is employed to manage the organization from top level to bottom level. In hospitality, a manager ensures guest satisfactions, staff coordination, and smooth operation flow. A manager is a both a planner and a leader who is behind the every successful organizational or successful organizations. So let's taking the example of F&B service. Mhm. A restaurant manager not only takes care of the or hotels restaurant operations day to day, but also ensures guest satisfaction and team motivation. So he is both a planner and a motivator and a leader. Let's start with some core tasks of a professional manager. First is planning. Planning simply means setting objectives and deciding how to achieve them by planning the strategy and creating the roadmap through which they can plan and set the objectives, uh, the targets rightly set by you. For example, there is a food festival going to be happening in an organization. So a manager has to set the objectives like he has to decide the menu, the decoration theme, and the manpower, resources, everything. After planning, the next task is organizing. So organizing simply means structuring resources and arranging tasks and all the manpower, machinery and materials effectively from uh, by planning to organizing and creating the output. For example, um, in housekeeping, a manager assigns tasks and duties to their staffs by uh, to their staffs according to the workload and checkout timings, so that the work could not collapse and so it avoids duplication of work um, and create a clear responsibilities. So I have a small question for you all. If a hotel expects full occupancy during festive season, what should a manager plan in advance? In that scenario, a manager will be taking care first of all about the staffing, about if it is a, for example, it's winter, then the Christmas is that in that case.
They will be arranging decorations related to that. They will be making schedules and like for example, they manage the staff in such a way that they will not making any particular staff overwork, but also evenly divide all the work among the staff.
That's correctly said by you. That's how planning ensures readiness. After planning and organizing, there is the next core task of a professional manager is staffing. So staffing means placing a right person in a right job or a role. So in hospitality point of view, service quality directly depends on the people serving guests. For example, the HR department recruits skilled chefs and well-trained front office associates so that they reflects the hotel culture. Like I've said in the previous example, uh, taking a restaurant manager, by taking a restaurant, if there is VIP, if there is VIP has came, so we could not send directly the any less experienced staff or a training to interact to them and serve to them. But instead of that, we could send a supervisor or a experienced staff so that they can interact to them firstly and serve to them. Again, I have a small question for you. If you were a HR, what qualities would you look after in a front office associate?
That first of all, they should have a good communication. If possible, they can speak multiple languages, specifically English, so that my foreign guest will not be affected of that. Other than that, they should be aware of all the happenings around the hotel. Where are the locations of the restaurants or the meeting rooms, club rooms, everything should be aware. Type of rooms that they have in a hotel, and what are the policies of a hotel, and what are the check-in times, check-out times, like that. Yeah.
Anybody else? Yes, Ojasvi. If you were a HR, what qualities would you look after in a front office associate?
Like for hiding the staff, right? So basically, it should be well. He has a well communication. He should be a presentable. He should be well groomed.
That's correctly said by you and Shreyasri. After staffing, a manager must lead the team. So directing involves controlling, motivating, and guiding staffs so that they can have the idea and the uh, input so that they can use in the operation. For example, uh, again a restaurant manager, uh, how he encourages team during the peak hours, or any manager, they encourage their team in the peak hours, in the busy hours, so that they by staying calm, uh, leading and motivating them, so that they could not panic at the situation of the operations and do their work effectively and efficiently. The next task is budgeting. So budgeting is a financial planning. A manager makes or prepare budget so that he can control cost and maximize profitability. For example, an executive chef prepares monthly budget for ingredients according to the or keeping in mind of the occupancy, so that it prevents wastage and keeps the department in limit, so that it could not exceed or they could not intend more of the items or ingredients. The next is controlling. So controlling ensures when actual performance meets expected standards. So it involves monitoring and taking corrective actions uh, for the to control the operations and the management. For example, a kitchen manager or a sous chef uh, uh, tracks and tracks and maintain daily food wastage records, and also maintains hygiene standards by taking corrective actions and make sure that all should follow that, and by that they control it. I have a question for you all. Like, which skill do you think is the most important for a hotel manager and why?
A hotel manager, first of all, should be a very good communicator because it is the main trait that a manager should have because they should be able to communicate well with the staff as well as the guest in case of any emergencies or in case of any mishaps specifically.
That's correct. Anyone else would like to add? Yes, Manav.
You should be very respectful towards the guests that are coming in for this. Good listener also.
Yes. Yes, Akansha.
Patience.
Yes. Prateek.
A manager should have a good communication skill. He should be a good listener, as said by Manav also, and he should have he should be act as boss as well as leader for their team.
Ojasvi.
Like we should be have a bleeding problem.
That's correctly said by you. I want to elaborate the question. So here I'm talking about some skills of a professional manager which helps a manager to use it in a while doing their task efficiently. So first one is communication skills. As we know, communication is the lifeline of hospitality. A manager must know how to deal with their staffs and employees, and also with the guests, so that they can, so there is no barrier to them. Um, that's how information and feedback flows in the department and the staffs. For example, manager took the briefing, and also the employees take the guest feedback, so that it can help them to encourage themselves. The next is decision making skills. So decision making is choosing a best among the alternatives. So that there are several methods of decision making, as we have learned in the previous classes, that Delphi method, brainstorming, and nominal grouping, etc., which we'll not discuss it right now. But here are some many decision making techniques which an organization or any individual uses in their daily life. It includes, while making the decision, a professional manager includes the how the it takes care of the revenue, staff resources, coordination, and the events which we have to plan. For example, um, a sales manager has to decide between accepting a wedding event or a corporate event. So he have to decide between both of them by taking care of, by keeping in mind that the revenue resources and the staff management. The third one is leadership skills. As I have said in the previous slide, that a manager must lead the team. He should have a leadership skills, so that he can direct the team and provide them the information by creating the roadmap and the strategize, and also sharing their information, so that um, by also sharing the knowledge and skills to their staffs, so that they can engage and develop themselves in the future. The next is time management. As we know, time management is the key element, essential, vital, and everything. It is the key element of the skills of a professional manager. A manager should know how he manages the time, and also how he manages their employees' shift, so that it cannot collapse with each other, and schedule the events, and manage all over the employees and their and also handle their problems. The next is crisis management. A manager must know how to tackle a situation. Like at the time of COVID-19 pandemic, a manager must ensure that and keep in the mind that the safety of the employees and the guest and also the organization by taking the protocols efficiently. How he responds to the accidents, guest complaints, and any crisis or accident happens in the hotel, and also ensures food safety issues. So these are some crises which could have happened in the organization, and it can be handled by a professional manager. It's one of their skills. Now I would like to conclude this topic. As we know, a professional manager is a bridge between top management and the front staff management, frontline staff. Um, he's not just a manager. He's not just a supervisor who manages the organization, but he is also a planner, motivator, decision maker, and problem solver. Every manager, uh, every managerial task contributes in guest satisfaction and overall success of the organization. He should have the technical knowledge and human behavioral skill, how he manages all of them equally. As we know, a good management is the backbone of the good guest experience. So the good management is made by all over the organization team and the obviously a professional manager is also in that. His role is not just to manage tasks, but to manage uh, people and experiences. So there is a quote I want to share with you all. Like a great manager creates an environment where employees love to work and guests love to stay. So here are some references I have used in this presentation. Any questions?
Complete references, what? So alphabetical, we can keep it in alphabets. And in APA citation, not the above three are well written in the APA format, but remaining all also you have to take care that it all goes in APA formatting. And so well presented today. Any feedbacks?
For the great
Feedback from the
presentation.